everybody. It's Mrs. Rebecca here with a virtual story time, our virtual story time this week from the Brown Public Library. So we'll just be doing one story and one song, which is kind of what we were doing before with our live story times. But I thought we may as well, since some of you are used to doing our bread and butter hellos, we should probably do those too, right? You guys do some bread and butter hellos with me to get started. Do you remember how to do them? You clap up here, you clap down here, and then we say hello in different opposite ways. Are you ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quietly as we can, which is perfect for the library. Hello, a whisper. Good job. So now we do the opposite. And what's the opposite of quiet? It's loud. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be very loud in the library, okay? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. You guys will be loud at home too, right? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello! Sometimes it just feels so strange to be loud in the library because you're supposed to be kind of quiet. But we can say hello like that real quickly. So let's do another pair of opposites. Let's do, you guys know I love to do mean and nice. So let's do that one. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as mean as we can. Ready? Hello. See when you make a mean face, you kind of put your eyebrows together. I bet you all made very good mean faces at home. So now will be the opposite of mean. Will be very nice. Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as nicely as we can. Hello. Good job. So one last pair. We'll end with the one we always end with, which is silly and serious. Are you ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as silly as we can. This is actually my favorite silly face. What's your favorite silly face? Okay, so let's do, like, we have to finish. Let's do serious. We'll sit up straight. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as seriously as we can. Ready? Hello. Very good. So today we're going to read a book by Mim Fox, and it's called 10 Little Fingers and 10 Little Toes. And it is about babies having 10 little fingers and 10 little toes, which probably most of us have too. Occasionally somebody has a different amount, but most people have 10 and 10. And you can see that baby swinging on the cover. It's a very cute baby. There was one little baby who was born far away, maybe somewhere far from here. And another who was born on the very next day. So there's a brand new baby. And both of these babies, as everyone knows, I'll show you up close, had 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. Should we count to make sure? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 hands. That'd be unusual. 10 fingers on 2 hands. And let's check the toes now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on 2 feet. Now maybe if you're at home and you're a baby or a toddler, you're at home with a baby or a toddler, you could check just to make sure and just for fun. Or maybe if you're an older child, you could count yours just for fun. There was one little baby who was born in a town, and another who was wrapped in an eiderdown. Ooh, that looks like a cozy blanket. And both of these babies, as everyone knows, had 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. There was one little baby who was born in the hills, and another who suffered from sneezes and chills. But I think the baby will be okay. And both of these babies, as everyone knows, had 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. Look at those cute toes poking out of the crib. Do any of you sleep in a crib at home still? Maybe, or maybe some of you sleep in big kid beds, or maybe some of you even sleep in giant beds. There was one little baby who was born on the ice. Babies with a penguin. And another in a tent who was just as nice. And both of these babies, as everyone knows, had 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. Oh, they're both swinging. I just love the pictures of the babies in this book. But the next baby born was truly divine. A sweet little child who was mine, all mine. What's a mama talking? Or dada. And this little baby, as everyone knows, everyone's looking to see, has 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. Oh my goodness, she's tickling that baby's toes. And 3 little kisses on the tip of his nose. And so maybe if you're watching at home, you could either give your baby or toddler 3 little kisses, or if you are an older person watching, maybe you could give your stuffed animal or your baby doll 3 little kisses on their nose. It's very nice that the word nose rhymes with toes. It makes for so many good songs and books and rhymes. So our song today actually fits so well with that book we just read. I'm gonna scoot into the middle of the picture. Because it is about 10 little fingers. And what you do is we sing about our fingers, and then our fingers will do something different each time we finish the verse. I think you'll catch on pretty quickly. So it starts out like this. You have to have your fingers like this. I have 1, I have 2, I have 3 little fingers, I have 4, I have 5, I have 6 little fingers, I have 7, I have 8, I have 9 little fingers, 10 little fingers on my hands. They can wiggle, they can wiggle, they can wiggle in the morning, they can wiggle, they can wiggle, they can wiggle in the evening, they can wiggle, they can wiggle, they can wiggle in the moonlight. 10 little fingers on my hands. Let me do another one now. Are you ready? So fingers like this again, and we'll sing about counting them. I have 1, I have 2, I have 3 little fingers, I have 4, I have 5, I have 6 little fingers, I have 7, I have 8, I have 9 little fingers, 10 little fingers on my hands. They can clap, they can clap, They can clap in the morning, they can clap, they can clap. They can clap in the evening, they can clap, they can clap. They can clap in the moonlight, 10 little fingers on my hands. One more, can you put your hands like this again? Good, all right. I have 1, I have 2, I have 3 little fingers, I have 4, I have 5, I have 6 little fingers, I have 7, I have 8, I have 9 little fingers, 10 little fingers on my hands. They can jump, they can jump, they can jump in the morning, they can jump, they can jump, they can jump in the evening, they can jump, they can jump, they can jump in the moonlight, 10 little fingers on my hands. Just give yourself a round of applause, some clapping. Yeah, that's a long song, but I think it's just such a pretty song, and it's such a fun song to count up your fingers. And as you can imagine, you could probably make your fingers do anything with that song. And I was thinking, maybe because we read this book about 10 little fingers and 10 little toes, you could do it with your toes. You could change it and count your toes and sing about different kinds of things your toes could do, which could be really fun. So that is the end. Remember, we're doing our bread and butter hellos, and then we're doing a book, and then we're doing a song to go with the book, and then we'll have our goodbye song, and of course any announcements. But you know, I don't really have any announcements today. I just have our goodbye song. Are you ready to sing our goodbye song? It's time to say goodbye to our friends. It's time to say goodbye to our friends. Story time is done today, so come again another day. It's time to say goodbye to our friends. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you next week when we have another virtual story time. Have a good weekend.